Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga, Prime Minister Scott Morrison, and President Joe Biden. All of these leaders are going to do the biggest Quad meeting yet. All eyes are going to be on them. And Xi Jinping too will be watching nervously. So Joe Biden will be under tremendous pressure. He'd have to choose between Jinping on one side and Modi, Suga and Scott on the other. But before Biden tries something funny, Japan and India are already sending him a strong and tough message with one long phone call. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Shubhangi, and in this video, I will tell you about a recent 40-minute conversation between Modi and Suga and what it means for Biden and Xi Jinping. 3 days before the first ever Quad leaders meeting on March 12th, the Prime Ministers of India and Japan spoke to each other for a vast 40 minutes on Tuesday, in which China and its unending belligerents were named and shamed. Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga dialed his Indian counterpart in order to impress upon Prime Minister Modi the seriousness of China's expansionist acts all across the East China Sea, particularly in the South and East China Seas. The phone call between the two Quad constituencies assumes significance, as it is a clear signal to US President Joe Biden to not act against the interests of the countries which are victims of Chinese belligerence in the region. The two leaders, as if sending a signal to Biden, recognized that it was increasingly important to abide by the importance of a quote-unquote free and open Indo-Pacific. A release issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan stated, the two leaders share the recognition that cooperation towards realizing a free and open Indo-Pacific is becoming increasingly important, and to this end shared the view to steadily advance both Japan-India bilateral cooperation and Japan-Australia-India-US quadrilateral cooperation. Prime Minister Suga particularly made it a point to himself inform Prime Minister Modi of the various dangers posed by China to the Indo-Pacific region. Suga, and I quote, expressed serious concerns regarding unilateral attempts to change the status quo in the East and South China Sea, China's Coast Guard law, and the situation in Hong Kong and the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Make no mistake, the 40-minute phone call between the Prime Ministers of India and Japan has sent a stern message to President Joe Biden and his administration that no amount of pro-China sentiment is welcome within the Quad. As a matter of fact, the very foundations of Quad were laid during the Trump era with the aim of taming China. Yet, in his first month in office, Joe Biden took to prostrating before Beijing, diluting the Quad arrangement, and weakening the Trump administration's achievements in the Indo-Pacific. This has led to China getting emboldened, and countries like India, Japan, and Australia are not a tad bit impressed with Biden's overzealousness to woo the paper dragon. For the past 1 month, Quad member states, especially Japan, have been sending warning signals to the United States to not act squeamishly when it comes to dealing with China. Yet for 1 whole month, Joe Biden did just that, irking American allies in the region. Joe Biden, shifting goalposts from a free and open Indo-Pacific to using more lenient phrases like a secure and prosperous Indo-Pacific, has not gone down well with Japan, India, and Australia, apart from many other countries in the region. But very recently, Joe Biden has started to show signs of coming back to his senses. In fact, after 1 whole month of misadventures in the Indo-Pacific, Joe Biden has realized that wooing China will alienate America among its regional allies. Therefore, Biden is now in damage control mode and is trying hard to earn back the trust of countries like Japan and India. So, the free and open Indo-Pacific concept is back at play, and the Biden administration has upped the ante against Beijing, a bit at least. It also has agreed to host Prime Minister Suga in April for the first visit to the White House by a head of state ever since Joe Biden took over. Suga will also be the first foreign leader to be hosted for dinner by Biden, a move aimed at winning back Tokyo's trust and reaffirming USA's commitment to Japan. Meanwhile, US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin is scheduled to visit India later this month. the Biden administration by sending Austin to India, which, by the way, is a country being visited by him in the first tranche of official tours undertaken by the senior official, has sent a clear message that the United States stands with New Delhi. So, Biden is definitely making amends. However, Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Suga do not want to take any chances with Biden, who, after all, is a slow and forgetful man. While the current circumstances might be forcing him to toe the line of America's allies, at heart, Biden remains loyal to the CCP, which is why he could suddenly be seen taking a pro-China stand at the all-important Quad meeting as well. But the call between Suga and Modi comes as a final reminder to Joe Biden to embrace American allies and abandon his fascination for China. India and Japan, meanwhile, have shown that the reins of Quad lie with them. Also, they have put up a united front against Biden and made it known to the septuagenarian that in order to fully earn back the trust of allies, the US president must not dilute the agenda of the Quad, not at any cost. By doing so, India and Japan are ensuring that Biden continues with Donald Trump's Indo-Pacific pivot with a sense of established permanence.